Okay. We're back again. Let's make that a full screen right there. We are back again. Hopefully we'll get people back in the chat. This is take number 2 on this live here, and I totally had a big delay problem, echo problem. People were telling me, so we're back up now, and and so hopefully people that were in the first stream there will hop back in here. I hope so, and I apologize for any inconvenience, man. I really do. I really apologize, man. Okay, I think we got people jumping back in now. I am so sorry for that inconvenience. Let's start again. Hey, y'all. It's Thursday night. And let's get started with the chat, man. Okay, here we go. Up first, Mr. Mick. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank y'all for being so patient. And thank you very much. Bloody Soup 74. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. I bet people are going to be like, yeah, we're not coming back to that guy's channel. He sucks. And I understand. That's okay. I get it if you're upset, man. Yeah. And Patrick, he said he's back. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Blue Monks, all the regulars did come back. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you're just joining this stream and you're wondering what is going on, we had a really bad technical error, audio error that happened on the first go around. So I just started a new one because I didn't want to edit anything later. Because when you do that, it just messes stuff up on the aftermath. Electric Gypsy Blues. Hey, man, Louie, what's going on, man? How are you? Thank you all for being here so much. There's Martin. Hey, Martin, how are you? How are you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Oh, there he is, my man, Jimmy Z. He's here again. Thank y'all for coming back again tonight. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man. Cushman, he's back. Thank you. And hey, man, he says, okay, I'm back. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming back. Again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Man, we got all the regulars on. Blue Box. Can you turn that echo back on? It's not like a... Hey, I can do some reverb that might be okay, like and now it's Blue Mox up to bat. But we don't need that horrible echo delay thing going. See, I can't hear it on my end. That's the bad thing. And but thank you. Okay, Patrick chimes in. He says, Neural DSP plugins, they have a doubler effect, which is nice. Yeah, there are some nice plugins out there, man, that provide that same effect. Actually, not long ago, I purchased, I bought the license. I use Reaper for my DAW, and I only use a DAW once in a while. Like if I'm doing a pre-recorded video and I'm playing a song, and I use Reaper for my DAW, and luckily, that was the only DAW that I could find that would read the Rodecaster Pro 2. I have some other DAWs that I purchased in the past, but they wouldn't pick this up. But so I Googled it, and I said, which DAW will read this? And one of them was Reaper. So it's able to read this. And but I'd still have some plugins from a couple of years ago that Reaper recognizes, a couple of Eventide plugins, harmonizer things. It's really cool. And but yeah, plugins are nice, man. I've got a few of them myself, and they're nice. I just here lately I started to get back into pedals, and I just really enjoy using a pedal board again when I'm playing live. Now, Patrick, did you say that you bought the Mr. Black double tracker? Did I read that correctly? Because that is a nice pedal. So I will try to play a couple of things really quick, and I'll yes, you said okay, good. I'll have the double tracker off, and I'll have the mimic off, and then all you'll hear is you bought it today. Wow, congratulations, man. Yeah, depending on what you chose for your shipping, you're going to love that pedal. As long as you set it up in a stereo manner, you're going to really love that pedal. So hopefully this time around it won't be a train wreck. So y'all please let me know. And Bloody Soup says, I want to hear that again, that doubler. Okay, sure, man, no problem. I'm gonna get up from my seat here, and we'll and I got these, I still use these, look at me going to the wrong camera. I still use these wireless systems, these Locato. Can you see that right there? Oh man, it's backwards. There we go. Temu, man. Temu for under $50. You can't beat it. So let me grab my guitar. See if we can do this here again. You're going to hear some noise. You'll probably hear some clicking and stuff, so don't be alarmed there. Hold on a second. Now, if we don't get tangled up here, because this chair can pose a threat sometimes. All right, so what I'm going to do is let me turn my wireless on. Now I'm using the Tank G effects processor by Playwell. I'm using that, and they go for like $79, I think. So I'm going to turn off the mimic, turn off the doubler. Which they're the mimic and the stereo tracker, they are doublers, but so here's just the Tank G with a Boss DD5 delay pedal. All right. That's just the Tank G right there. That's what that is. So I'm trying to see if I can see some of the comments there. Tell me after you're playing. So all right. So that's just the Tank G right there. That's there's nothing else. So now I'm going to turn on the Mr. Black double tracker. All right, here we go. Now here's the Mr. Black. Now that's the Mr. Black, and now I'm going to turn on the mimic with that, and it's going to give it more of a spread. This is just how I like it. So now you're going to notice more of a spread. So you can hear that huge spread. Yeah, there's a, yeah, it sounds even better. Yeah, it gives it more of a left and right kind of a deal, and that's, and all it comes down to is making sure you got it hooked up right. So can I play a song? Are y'all cool with that? To hear it with a song, it's really fun, and if that's cool with y'all let me know. Y'all are the chat. Y'all running the show. I'm just the host. I got to fix the chat. This chat got held up here. Okay, yeah, it's cool. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, the settings are really easy, Patrick. There's only 3 knobs on the Mr. Black Pedal. It's really easy. I'll be glad to tell you. So, okay, we'll try to play a song here. Let's have some fun with, let's go back to 1986 when David Lee Roth left Van Halen. How about that?
Hello, baby! What's that? What? Rack a what? Oh, somebody!
Holy crap, that feels good to play, man. Okay. So then now you got the feel of it, right? I know I do. Man. We'll get right to the chat. Let me put this on. Okay. Okie dokie then. Thank y'all for letting me start this stream over. Because I hate having messed up stuff like that. Okay. Let me go back up on the chat a little bit here if you don't mind. Because I know I missed a lot. Yes. I'm going to go back up, okay? All right, everybody's saying, yeah, go ahead and play. So, because after that, I couldn't see the chat. Okay, let's go with Patrick. He said, I said, is it okay to play? Patrick said, yeah. You have to send me those settings for both pedals. I'll be more than happy to do that, man. I'll be more than happy. I'll put my email address and I'll send you a picture. I'm not one of those channels that's, oh, it's a secret, man. I can't tell you. I'm not like that at all. I will put my email in the chat here. Sorry if we get some feedback going here. I'm kind of close to the mic with my headphones. Let's see. I think that's right. Okay. Bloody Soup. He says, yeah, go ahead and rock it. Thank you very much. Man, I'm going to have to go down and all the way back up because I can't find the cursor. And, okay. Blue Monk says, effing sounds all, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy Z. Yeah, that's a fun song, Yankee Rose. Fun song. Okay, now I can get to the cursor here so I can move the comments or scroll them. Bloody Soup says, so that's the Tank G, Mimic, and Mr. Black only. Yes. And now you have to remember the Boss DD5. I got delay. It's a stereo delay. You got to remember that too. That does play a part. You don't have to, but it helps with the widening effect. Damn, I can't even talk. Yeah, it is, man. It's full and wide, yes. And that's what I've been shooting for so long. Good Lord. It sounds better than the album. Man, I appreciate that, but I'm not on that level, but thank you for saying that. Really nice. Thank you, Bloody Soup. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a trip when Dave left Van Halen and he had that first album, and I loved that album. Eat 'Em and Smile is awesome. Everything on that album was terrific. Mr. De Silva, hey, how are you, sir? Uh-oh. Large car lifestyle. What's up, Slick Rick? How are you doing, man? Thank you for being here. I talked to Slick Rick on the phone earlier today for a while. It was nice to talk to him. Always a great conversation with Large Car Lifestyle. Jimmy Z, he comments, Nature Boy and Van Halen combo, man, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, I grew up in the Carolinas, man. So when I was a kid, was it Mid-Atlantic Wrestling? I think that was the territory that back then. I could have it wrong. And Ric Flair was the man back in my day. That was it. I always saw him on TV every Sunday wrestling. Him and Dusty and all those guys, man. Let's see. Jimmy Z says Space Mountain might be the oldest ride in the park, but it's still got the longest line. 60 minutes. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I love the old school Ric Flair, man. I mean, come on. Bloody Soup says that I think Joe should give us some Chuck Berry duck walk while playing maybe some Angus Young leg kicks. If I did that in here, I would trip over something and I'd get tangled. This cable would get tangled up into something with the chair. I'd fall all over the place. And believe me, I'm wanting to move around a lot more than what I can, but it's just I don't have the room. I don't have the room, but thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I appreciate your kind words and your support. That means everything. It means everything. It shows that all the practice going on in here is paying off for something. At least somebody's enjoying it, you know. But I love playing those songs that have a great adrenaline rush to them, you know. Thank you, man. I'm just trying to make sure everybody gets a fair shake here in the comment section. That's all. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, you'll love it, man. You'll love it. I have on that Mr. Black pedal, there's a button in the middle that's for like a green setting and a red setting. And I want to say that they said when I watched the Mr. Black video, he said if you had it on, I want to say the red, I'll double check, but that would give it the fullest potential of the pedal. And then the knobs, there's only 3 knobs. And I'll tell you what they are. The left knob is at 11 o'clock. The right knob is at 1 o'clock. And the knob in the middle is at noon. That's it. That's it right there. Yeah, that massive wet sound. That's what does it, man. That's what makes it so much fun. You know, and it's a lot of fun, man. There's Leo Metal Guy. What's up, Leo, man? Thank you for jumping in last night. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched that, go back and check that interview out. Had a lot of fun with Leo, man. Nice guy. And he knows his metal. Had a good conversation with him and very easy interview that went along really well. Blue Monk says, just roll around on your back while killing it. You have me out of my chair for better or worse. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Thank you. Yeah, Large Car Lifestyle. What's up, brother, man? What's going on? Need to play one for Large Car Lifestyle, man. He's having a rough week. I need to play one for him. And, you know, hopefully it'll help a little bit, you know, take his mind off some, you know, whatever's happening. And let's see. Patrick says, you have to let me know also how you say your last name. So I don't want to mispronounce it. But Yeah, Patrick, you sent the, okay, yeah, no problem, man. And there's Rod. Rod is there. Hey, man, how are you doing, Rod? Who's that? Let's see who this is. This is that Sneepy or Smeepy? Smeepy? Yo, can you play one of the guitars? Yeah, I just did, man. I just did. Yeah, I can. I mean, yeah, it's no big deal. I can play another one. Oh, Daisy. So that's kind of how you say your last name? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll play one more, and then we'll get to the main point of this video, if that's cool with y'all. We'll get one for Large Car Lifestyle, man. He's his name's Slick Rick, and I mean, really, Slick Rick and I have been friends for I don't know, Rick, what, about 20 years, close to, you know, something like that. Maybe 18. It's been a long time. We've been friends for many, many years, and we worked at the same place for many years, and had a lot of late night conversations going down the road when you're driving a truck, you know. Bloody Soup says, do you have two original Boss Katana 50 watt? Yes. I don't know if they're original. I just bought them the other week when I played outside for the birthday party. Yeah, are they? I'd have to look. They're the newest ones, man. Well, let me see. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, Bloody Soup. I don't know. It just says Boss Katana, and it says Boss Katana 50 on top of the plate up there. I don't see nothing that says Mach 2. I'm probably not looking in the right place either, but yeah. But yeah, Ricky must be driving. All right, let's play one for Large Car Lifestyle, and we'll get to this, man. We'll just, like I say, man, as long as the chat is going, as long as the chat stays alive, the show stays alive, right? Let me see here. What did I do with the? Oh, right here. Okay, we'll do one for Slick Rick. Chair a little bit. Okay, receiver. All right. One more, y'all. All right. So we got to get Slick Rick's. We got to get him in a better mood, man. He's had a rough couple of days, man, and I don't like hearing about any of my friends going through some hard trials and tribulations that wasn't no fault of his own either. So, okay, here we go again with the Boss DD5, the Mimic by TC Electronic, and the Mr. Black. Okay, so let's see if we got it right. Okay, so this has a funny account in. It goes on for a second, but just, you know, you'll get it.
Call me the breeze. I keep blowing down the road.
breeze.
Oh, man. Slick Rick, I hope you like it. I hope you like it, Slick. Okay. That's enough. Slick Rick, I hope you liked it, man. Okay, man. I've got to get to this chat. Okay, here we are. Okay, thank y'all for obliging me that. And, okay. All right, we still got a good many people here. Man, that's awesome. Okay, we got to go back up. Okay, Lars Carr says, thank you. Yeah, the katanas. Talking about that. Bloody Soup says, Skinner, that's great. Bloody Soup, you just became a member. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Very kind of you, man. Bloody Soup says, thanks for helping us out. Oh, dude, it's my pleasure. Anything I can do to help somebody that wants to know about a pedal or a setup or a sound that I'm using, I don't mind that at all. I'm telling you, I remember the days when I would watch other channels and I would ask, and this was a long time ago, and people were really weird about that. And I was like, why? Why is that such a problem? And, that was a long time ago. Patrick, thank you. There's Slick Rick right there. Money. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, there's my brother right there, Ralph the German Butcher. What's up, man? Thank you, brother. Thank you for hopping in, man. Thank you, Ed. You're very kind. Thank you. I'm trying to get to the comments, folks, and we'll get to this. I promise, man. I promise. No more jamming. Okay. All right. Ed says, I saw Skinner years ago when they toured with Sammy Hagar. Hey, my friend and I had front row. Good times. Dang. I bet that was an awesome show. I wonder if Sammy came out and did like Sweet Home Alabama with him or something. I'm sure he did something. I mean, Thank you, Mr. Mick, man. You're very kind. Thank you. I always give applause for kind comments, and there's so much negativity around. Patrick, thank you very much for being here. He says, I got to go working early tomorrow. I totally understand, man. And I will email you those pictures, my friend. And yes, see you on the next show. Not a problem. Thank you. Yeah, the only reason I'm able to do this week is I'm on vacation, man. After Saturday night, it's all over. Okay, we've caught up in the chat. So thank y'all so much. So since I'm only using one camera right now, I'm trying to figure out, I got a couple of things in the mail and my wife didn't order them. I didn't order them. And there was no note in the package. So I'm guessing somebody sent me a couple of things for my birthday. My birthday was last Saturday, and I don't know who they're from. And I'm wanting to find out if anybody in the chat did, or if, I don't know. The first thing I got, this came today. It's a clip-on tuner by Polytune. Can you see that right there? I mean, that is super nice, man. I don't know why my hands are shaking. Sorry. That came in the mail today, and here it is right here. I haven't even turned it on yet because I have clip-on tuners, but I haven't activated it yet. So you take that down right there, and you clip it on your headstock, and then you turn it on. There's a little plastic piece I got to take off so the battery will make connection. And these are one of the best clip-on tuners on the market. I've always used Snark tuners in the past, and those are okay. Those are fine, but they get you in the ballpark. I guess it depends on the battery too, but I've always heard these were excellent. So whoever sent me this, thank you so much. Definitely going to use this. Thank you so very much. That was very kind. I have no idea who sent that. And the other thing I got was this awesome Dunlop guitar maintenance kit. Somebody sent that. I mean, look at that. All those great polishes and everything that can be used for cleaning the neck and the guitar. I mean, everything. It's been a long time since I've had one of these. And let's see, what do you got here? It's been so long. Body gloss. Okay, you got body gloss. You got polish and cleaner and conditioner, Ultra Glide. You got fretboard 01 and fretboard 02, which is the deep conditioner. That is amazing. So whoever sent me this, thank you, whoever that was. I have no idea who sent these things to me. Again, that was the Dunlop cleaner and this awesome tuner that came today. So whoever done that, thank you. There was no note or nothing in the box. There was nothing. It was just the items. And I was like, I asked my wife, I said, did you order this? She's like, really? She did not. So I don't know. I figured it was somebody from the show, maybe. I didn't know. Mr. Dave Orkin, hey man, how are you, sir? Thank you for being here, man. We were going over some pedals here. We're talking about the Mr. Black double tracker and the Mimic. We're talking about that, and we played a few songs, and I was talking about these fine products right here that I received this in the mail a couple of days ago. And that Dunlop clean, I mean, that's super nice, man. And then this, the tuner that came as well. I haven't activated it yet, but I will when I get done with here, because I've never messed with one of these before, so it should be pretty easy, pretty cut and dry, but I'm definitely going to hook that on to the headstock here when I get finished with the show. But so whoever sent those items, thank you very much. I have not received a text from anybody or email saying, hey, heads up, I sent you something. I haven't got anything. So I have no idea who these are from. It didn't come from our Amazon account, so I don't know. It's a Secret Santa. I don't know. It was really nice. Ed, he comments, he says, hope you had a great birthday, Joe. That was so nice of someone to send you some presents. I'm a fellow Taurus as well. Awesome. There you go. My birthday is coming up on the 18th of this month. There you go. Well, happy early birthday, man. Yeah, that was really nice, man. That was really cool. I was stunned because I was like, what is this package sitting here? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I've ordered a lot of stuff over the past 3 weeks, and you know, I shouldn't. I had to kind of lay low on ordering stuff because I got kind of happy there on ordering stuff, and so I had to kind of cut that out. And then so these packages show up, and I was like, I swear to God, I did not order that. I did not order that. I don't know where it came from. Orange Car Lifestyle, he says, thank you, Brother Joe, for the jams. I enjoyed it. $50. I gotta pay him $50 for playing the songs. Oh, man. Ed comments and says, is that an actual Steinberger behind you? Yeah, it's the Steinberger Spirit. It's the cheaper model, and it actually does really good. I was shocked. I mean, I had to get on let's see, was it Reverb or eBay? I had to find the strings because all the strings are the same length on the Steinberger. So, and the tuners, the down here, they're kind of hard to turn, but once you get everything tuned up, it really does pretty good. The only downside with that guitar was when I bought it, it doesn't have a trans trim. It doesn't have that. It's just a normal trim, but I asked the guy before I bought it, does the bar come with it? He's like, yeah. He sends me the bar, and the bar don't even fit in the where it's supposed to go. So I put a regular Floyd bar in there, and there's a little screw behind where the insert hole is, and I put the Floyd bar in there and tighten that little screw, and the Floyd bar stays, so it works fine. Have I played Summer Nights? No. I mean, no. I just did a couple of chords, but I can't play that song. I mean, you can. I looked it up without a trans trim. It can be done. But I played it a little bit. I wish the pickups were a little bit hotter, but for what it is and what I paid for it, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's okay. It's all right. So, yeah, turned out good, man. I just, I don't know. I think I've played it maybe 5 times, something like that. But it's okay. I tell you what's really cool. Now, this rack here that you're seeing behind me, it's a 6 guitar holder rack. So you got 2 guitars and then 2 behind that and 2 behind that. It kind of goes up, like a staircase. So my wife got me that for my birthday, and actually it came with a table that fits in the middle, but I didn't have the room to do that, so I put the table in between the rack setup and my Marshall cabinet, and the little table fit in that space perfect. And so I put all my pedals up there that I have all these extra pedals, and hell, I need to sell some of them, but and some cables, so that was a nice place to put that. So I was able to just put those 2 parts together, and it's nice to have those guitars like that, because I did have them on separate stands because I didn't know this was taken up here. Damn, I'm all backwards. That was all taken up. So, and I got guitar cases behind me with guitars, so that really saved the day right there. Really nice. And I think it was on Amazon. It was like, I don't know, $90-something. I mean, it was very reasonable, and it wasn't hard to put together either. It didn't take that long, because it gives you, if you buy this, it gives you like 4 different, maybe 3 or 4 different options of how to put it together. And a buddy of mine I work with, he got the same thing, except his is only holds 4 guitars. I didn't know they sold one that only held 4. I thought they all held 6, but yeah, that one his only holds 4. So, but yeah, that was really cool, man. So it's been a great week. I went and did something a couple of days ago that I've been wanting to do for a few years, and I'm supposed to go tomorrow. I'll tell y'all. I try to do stuff when I'm about to talk about it. I try to do it on my second channel, and the second channel I haven't really done much on there because I just haven't had time. But I did go and I bought a camper a few days ago, and it's not a massive camper. It's just good enough for my wife and I. It's perfect for. You can have up to 4 people in it. It would work. It'd be a little tight, but you could do 4. But it's really for 2, and I'm super stoked about that, man. I've always wanted a camper, and it's just something that that's always on my bucket list, man. My retirement bucket list is to have a camper and something to pull it with, and just try to go to some places and camp, So I'm supposed to go to the dealership and pick it up, because they did tell me it was going to be like 14 days before they had it ready. And I was like, holy crap, dude. I said, I drive a truck for a living, so can we speed it up? And they said, oh, what about this Friday? I said, that was great, man. So looking forward to that, man. And maybe I can do a couple of lives, from a campground near you. You just never know. We'll see. And take a couple of rolling microcube amps and play something or whatever. I don't know. I think it'd be really fun. It'd be nice. Let's see. Ed, he says Van Halen guitars, Star Wars, Ford Mustangs, and Hendrix. I think we're brothers. He says, yeah. I think we're all pretty much in the same age bracket here, man. Yeah, Star Wars. I was a huge Star Wars nut when I was a kid, and wasn't crazy about the prequels. Maybe it's just me. I just wasn't really crazy about that. And then Disney bought it from George Lucas, and then they started to just, I don't know, man. They went crazy with it, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of that. And then they killed off the favorite characters, and I know the characters are getting older, but I'm like, man, couldn't they just let them ride off into the sunset, man? Why do they have to do that? But anyway, yeah, Ford Mustangs, yeah. And I cleaned my Mustang a few days ago, and we're supposed to have bad storms tonight. Moving in sometime late, I think about 10:30, 11 o'clock, so maybe about anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. But, so we got stuff put up out there because they were talking about some heavy hail and stuff, you know. Some places it's golf ball size hail that's supposed to be coming down. I was like, what? So we're trying to get our cars protected the best we can. So who knows, man? Hopefully maybe it'll stay north of us and we'll be okay. Ed, he says that me too, not a fan of the Star Wars prequels either. Yeah, I was like everybody else when that stuff came out, man. It was I started to buy some of the figures and all that, and I was like, man, these things are gonna be worth nothing because it's just not the same. And I never kept none of I still have my original figures, believe it or not. The first 12, I still have those. I thought about selling them recently. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. The chat's moving a little bit. Let's see here. Rod chimes in. He says, what year is your Mustang, Joe? It's a 2017. Yeah, it's a 2017 convertible. I have yet to put the top down. I can tell the top is new when I bought it. I've had it for about a year and a half, and I've only put 1,000 miles on it in a year and a half because I don't hardly drive it at all. I'll tell you, when I took it for maintenance at the Ford dealership in town, there was a guy that he just, like a genie, man, he just popped up out of nowhere. He said, hey, Mr. Wentz. I said, yes, sir. And I'm in the waiting area, waiting for my car to get oil change and all that. And there's like 3 other people sitting on these couches, and he comes up and he shakes in my hand and all that. He said, we want to buy your car. And I was like, huh? I'll cut you a check for $21,000 right now. And I told him no. He looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, no, thank you. I mean, I wasn't a dick about it. You know, I said, no, thank you, man. I appreciate it. He goes, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And I tell you why I told him no. There's 2 reasons. One is I really love my Mustang. But number 2, that wouldn't pay the loan off. I've only had it for a year and a half. I financed it for 6 years. That wouldn't even pay it off. So I told him no. Why take a check and put that money toward the loan and still have a loan payment and not have a car? That makes no sense. But they don't care about that. They're just trying to buy it out. You know, they want to buy it back. I said, no, I'm good. No, thank you. You have to do better than that, cuh. But anyway, let's get back to the chat. Ed says that my first new car was an 89 Mustang LX 5.0 hatchback. Yes, sir. Those were the cool ones, man. I remember those. Awesome. I've always loved Mustangs. That's always been my favorite car. Bloody Soup, who's a new channel member tonight. Thank you, Bloody Soup. He says, I remember Christmas gifts and getting a mini record player and Return of the Jedi soundtrack. That was awesome. Yeah. I remember, speaking of that, when I was young, I remember, does anybody remember the book and record? Remember that? That was huge when I was a kid. You know, you get sometimes it'd be an album, sometimes it'd be a a 45, and it came with the book, and you just followed the story. Every time when you hear this sound, turn the page, like a lightsaber sound or something, that you would turn the page and follow along. It's called Book and Records. I used to love those when I was a kid. I had all kinds, man. Star Trek, Star Wars, Charlie Brown. And that was because that's way before VCR, VHS and all that. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Talking about Star Wars figures too. And Ed says, I gave my original figures to my little sister when I moved out at 18. Yeah, when I moved out, well, it was before that. I got rid of all that stuff, and then when the Star Wars stuff started to come back around in the 90s and everything, I was like, man, I wish I would have kept those figures. So I went on eBay and I found the first 12 set, and I was like, yep, I had those, and I dished out some money for those things. They were, and you look on the back of the leg of the figure, and it's got the copyright stamp, says 1977. So it's the real deal. It's not, not a fake, but they did come out with the retro collection or whatever. They come out with the old figures, but it's the retro. I bought some of those too. And then I found the first 12, and I bought that. I bought the Darth Vader's TIE Fighters. I had that when I was a kid. I bought an original white TIE Fighter from 77. The Rancor Monster and the Rancor Keeper or whatever it was called. All that crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it's just part of the growing up, man. Bloody Soup, oh my God, all the action figures I had a ton of He-Man stuff. Yeah, that came around when I got a little older. But, and then when I turned 16, I got my very first guitar. It's not hanging up. It's back here in the back of the warehouse. I got my first electric guitar Christmas Eve of 86, and it was a Fender, a Strat knockoff, I'd say. And the name on the headstock says Memphis. And I still have that guitar. That guitar is all original. I haven't done nothing to it. And man, that thing is heavy. But for that time period, those guitars were considered beginner guitars. And I got a little Gorilla amp with it. I don't know what happened to the amp. The amp got gone. I don't remember. But the guitar, I pulled it out of the case or the gig bag. I should put it in a hard shell case to protect it, but I got it in the gig bag back here. And I don't know, it's a couple of years ago, I got it out and tuned it up and played it, and I did a setup on it because I've had it for so long. That was one guitar I didn't do a setup on. So I did that, and I played it, and I was like, man, these guitars play really good for what they were in 1986. It was I was really shocked. And so I still have that guitar, man. Thank God. How many of y'all still have your very first guitar? How many people in the chat? Let me know if you still have your first guitar. And if you do, what kind is it? What is it? Please let me know that. I would love to know that. As I just said, mine was a Memphis. And then my second guitar was a BC Rich. Right in the middle of the hair era and all that stuff. I love the BC Rich headstock. Ed says I had the Darth Vader case and all other vinyl. Let's see. Other vinyl suitcase style. Oh yeah, the cases. I had the complete Star Wars trading card set too. Oh yeah. I had a few of those, not many. Not many. Let's see if anybody's chiming in if they still have their first guitar. Bloody Soup, he says, that's right, I had the Darth Vader carrying case. Yeah, I never had that. I had some friends in the neighborhood that had it, and I always thought that was cool as hell. But I didn't have no carrying cases, believe it or not. I just put my stuff in a bag or something. I don't know. Let's see. Mr. Mick, he says he does not have his first guitar. What was your first guitar? Mine was the Memphis, and then I got that BC Rich because I tell you what influenced me to get to BC Rich? A man by the name of Tony McAlpine. Let's see if anybody recognizes that name. Dave Orkin chimes in. He says, I had a ton of Star Wars figures and such. Yeah, man, I got a few here. Nothing, it's no extravagant collection, but I still have. And what I did is I just repurchased what I had when I was a kid, and then a few extra, just to have. But yeah, they're cool, man. They're fun. It's just, you look back on that stuff and it's like, man, it takes you back to that certain time when you were young, and it's a good feeling. But let's see here. First guitars. Let's see. What was your first guitar? Rod chimes in. He says that my first electric guitar was a Harmony Strat from a Sears catalog. I remember those very well. My friend Ralph and I, we had got one of those from somebody. I think from the lake. The guy was like half drunk, and he gave it to me. And I remember going to Ralph saying, "Look, man, we got this guitar." Had the big bulky metal pickups, and it was like brown, almost a tobacco sunburst kind of looking. From what I barely remember, that thing, I didn't know anything about it. That was before I got my first one, and but I do remember those very well. And there was another catalog that I remember getting stuff out of. It was called Service Merchandise. I don't know if anybody remembers that or not. I remember that, especially around Christmas. Remember that? My mom would give me the Sears catalog and a Service Merchandise catalog, and she'd give me a pen, and I'd circle. She'd say, "Circle what you want from Santa." Man, I'd circling all kind of shit. She's like, "Wait a minute now." I was like, "Well, you told me to circle what I wanted." Okay, first guitars. Let's see. And do you still have it? Ed says, I do have my first guitar. It's a black Ibanez Geo. Came with a little amp, too. Oh, that's awesome. Now, what year was that? What year did you get your first guitar, if you don't mind? Mine was 86, Christmas Eve. I remember it like it was yesterday because that was a major moment for me. I was like, what? Huge moment. Dave Orkin chimes in. He says, my first guitar was a Harmony, then BC Rich, then a Charvel Fusion Custom. See how they kind of get better? And that's what I like to see, what I like to read. People's first guitar, of course, is just kind of your base learning model. And then after some time, you get one that's a little bit better and then a little bit better. Let's see. Harmony, yeah, the Harmony Strat copy from JCPenney. Yeah, remember those catalogs too, man. Yeah, those were good times, man. Didn't have to work, just being a kid. Mr. Mick chimes in. His first guitar, he says it was a no-name brand, a Les Paul shape, bought from a catalog. I was 11 years old. My second guitar was a Court, a Les Paul copy. I remember Courts, yeah. Yeah, I remember those very well. Let's see, Bloody Soup. Let me see what he says. No, I don't. Okay, you don't have your... Okay, I had two Epiphone SGs, is that right? Two Epiphone SG models and a Les Paul. Man. So you had two Epiphone SGs and then a Les Paul, and you don't have those anymore? Wow. Oh, Ed, do you remember Service Merchandise? You remember that? Yeah. I remember my mom going there, and when I was a kid, I didn't understand how that worked because you'd go in there, and of course now when I look back, I totally understand it. But when I was a little kid, everything had tags on it, but it wasn't price tags. It had numbers on it. And so what you did is the whole floor was like just items, and you would take the tag out of the plastic thing and you'd go to the back where this conveyor belt was, because they had a warehouse attached to the back of the store. And that box would come down the rollers and they would bring it up and they'd give it to you and you go out the store. So it was kind of like, I guess, like an early version of Amazon. You know, you walk in and everything's like a showroom. And but the toy section at Service Merchandise was legit. The toys you could buy, and that was it. And I always went, and they had a killer toy section when I was a kid. And they had this big old racetrack on the very top. It was called TCR, which stood for Total Control Racing. It wasn't slot cars. It was a step above. So the controllers had a switch on it, and you could pass, and you could actually, you know, pass the other car and go on and race around the track. And I got it for Christmas one year, believe it or not. And that was huge. Some cool memories. Sorry, Finger Hut, not yeah, Finger Hut. I remember Finger Hut. Yeah, I remember JCPenney too. Yeah, those were huge, man. Those were huge. Brother Ted. Hey, man, how are you doing? Brother Ted Fair. He says, my first guitar was a 1986 Fender American Standard Strat in pewter gray. Damn, for your first guitar? I worked all summer, that year, to be able to scrape together the $465. Unfortunately, I don't own it anymore. Well, Ted, if you're just joining, if some people are just joining, I got some of these in the mail. Somebody sent me this. This came a couple of days ago. It's the Seymour Duncan guitar maintenance kit. And I have no idea who sent it to me. And somebody sent me this Polytune clip-on tuner. Very awesome, very nice. And that was the whole purpose of this stream. I'm trying to figure out who sent these items, because it wasn't nobody from my family, from what I understand. So I just wanted to say that in case some people are just tuning in. And so I was wanting to thank the person properly, but I've yet to find out who it was. Let's see. That's awesome, Brother Ted. That's awesome. Brother Ed says, damn, I forgot what year that was. I wasn't a kid, though. Yeah, mine was 86. Let's see. Oh, boy, you remember that, too? Ed says, Service Merchandise had the little pad where you'd write the number, pay for it, and they'd send it down the conveyor belt. It was cool. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, the one that I remember, now my memory is probably skewed because I was elementary school, but I remember my mom taking the, they had each item had this little plastic tag holder, and you would actually take it out and go to the cash register in the back. And of course, they would put those back in the plastic holders, but that's what I remember. We'd go there all the time. Ed says TCR racetracks were cool, changing lanes. Yeah, that was a big deal back then when little race cars could do that. Yeah. Oh, Ted, man, dude, are you serious? Are you serious? What did you send me, man? Which one? Dude, are you for real? Thank you so much, Ted. Because I was like, not many people know my address. So I was like, I'm trying to do process of elimination. I'm like, let's see, who has my address? Because stuff come in the mail. And my wife's like, all right, let me do it right. So my wife's like, what the did you order? I see this sitting here and I told you not to, I'm like, sorry, dear. So, well, Ted, thank you, man. Which one was it? Was it the cleaning kit or the tuner or both? I don't know, but thank you, man. That's the whole point of this show. I'm trying to figure out who it was so I could thank them. Thank you. Yes, Bloody Soup said that was cool, whoever sent it. It was like a Secret Santa kind of deal. Yeah. And I'm like, what? Yeah. Because Rod, he has my address because we sent some stuff to each other in the past. So yeah, that's how that happened. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, man. That's very kind. Thank you, man. You didn't have to do that, man. Very kind. Ed says, I got to go, man. Great show. Saturday night, we're interviewing Steve Lynch from Autograph on, oh, wow. That's amazing, man. What a fantastic guitar player. Well, thank you, Ed. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for being so kind. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, man. Ted, you sent both of those, man. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, man. Edvis is leaving the chat. Thank you and good night. Edvis has left the building. Thank you, man. Brother Ted, that's super nice of you, man. Thank you. Let's see, man. Okay. Let's see. Jam Pro Sound. How are you, man? Nice to see you. He says, someone sent me 2 guitars this week. Don't tell the wife. Oh, wait. I got rid of her years ago. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Well, good to see you, man. And thank you for participating in the chat. And congrats on your new guitars, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Let's see. Yeah, Ted's very, very awesome friend, man. Very cool. Yeah, Steve Lynch. Yeah, that I did have that backing track on here, that Turn Up the Radio. And I watched a guy play that solo note for note, and I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember his channel. But he played it like it was nothing. And he doesn't really break it down really too much for you. He just kind of is the way you do this here, and there's really no close-ups of his hands. You know, he's like sitting in a chair, he's like leaning back, and he's like, I don't know why people can't play this. And I'm like, dude, like, oh my God. You know, I'm like, you can't be that way, man. Not everybody can play a lot of stuff like that. I mean, and all I could do was just get bits and pieces of it. But, you know, but it's a fun song. I screwed it up really bad, but, you know, oh, well, that's how you do, man. Han 36 Solo, what's up, man? Yeah, we were talking about first guitars, and do you remember the name of it and what year and all that? Han 36 Solo says, late to answer, 85 Squire Strat. Bought it in 91, still have it. Oh, that's awesome. 85 Squire Strat. You know, I have it was hanging up back here the other week, but I put it up. It's a 60th anniversary Squire Strat, and I took the neck off of it because I just couldn't get the neck to cooperate for what I liked. So I sold the neck and I put a Fender neck on it, and that brought that guitar to life. But I didn't know that Squires had been around for that long. I really didn't. I mean, I bought my first Squire Strat. It was let's see. It's like I don't know, man. I think I bought it right when grunge was hitting. I think, and that didn't have nothing to do with my decision. That's when I had the money to get it. It was like 92 or 94 when I bought it, and it's black and white. Looks just like Eric Clapton's Fender that he called Blackie. Looks just like that, you know. But I sat there and took sandpaper to the top where your arm contour is on top. I took sandpaper and tried to make it look like it's relic. And I was like, yeah, you just ruined that. But it still has the original electronics on it, you know. and it still plays good. I need to put some deoxit spray in it because some of the pots are real scratchy and the pickup selector is real scratchy, but deoxit will take care of that. I just ain't dug it out. Bloody Soup wants to know, on the gift you got from Ted, what do the numbers represent? Okay, so on the Dunlop guitar maintenance kit, I guess it's just it helps you. Let's see, 65, 65, 65. Yeah, there's three of them that have the number 65, and one is a body gloss, so for the body of the guitar, and the other one, polish and cleaner. This removes wax buildup and dirt and grease while it polishes and protects the clear coat finish of your guitar. And the other 65 is a cleaner and conditioner. Restores brilliance to your strings and increases string life. Condition your strings with silky smooth playing surface while shielding against tarnish and corrosion. Okay. And then the other two, fingerboard 01 and fingerboard 02. So you would do 01 first, and it's the cleaner and prep. And it says this is the first step in fingerboard maintenance, and then after you get that done, you go number 2, and it says this is the second step in fingerboard maintenance. So it's really cool. So you got stuff in here to clean the body of the guitar and make it nice and shiny, and if you want to clean your strings, if you want to do that. And of course the right here, the fretboard maintenance also. So that's really cool, man. I've had one of those. It's been a long time since I've had that set. So thank you, Ted. It's going to really come in handy. Ted Ferris says, it was so cool to see bands like Autograph, Def Leppard, and like on the TV show American Bandstand back in the 80s with Dick Clark. Yeah. Damn. I remember that. I haven't heard that. American Bandstand. I haven't heard that in forever. Man. Yeah, that's great. Han 36 Solus, your Squire Strat made in Japan had it refretted with jumbos. I love jumbo frets, man. Jumbo frets, man, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. Jam Pro Sound chimes in. He says, my first guitar is hanging to my left. Does that say Bentley? Series 10 HSS, humbucker single. Strat, plywood body, not awesome at all, but I still have it. That's good, man. You still have your first guitar. That's awesome. Yeah, usually the first guitars, for the most part, are kind of just starter. Like I said, mine, I still have it. It's a Strat copy, and it has the name Memphis on the headstock. And I always remember that name because it made me think of Elvis for whatever reason. It was obvious why, but yeah, so I think it's cool, man. Let's see. I told you the first two guitar. What was my third guitar? I think my third guitar, and I have it too, believe it or not. Does anybody remember the letters GTX on the headstock? I think my third guitar, it was a snakeskin paint job on the body, and you can tell it was hand painted. It reminded me of Warren DeMartini back in the day as a Rat, and it says GTX on the headstock. And now I actually found that one on Reverb some years back, and I bought it. It still has all the original stuff. I tried putting a Godot trim on it, and it just wouldn't work, so I had to put the original trim back on it. It wouldn't fit the way the posts are drilled in. But yeah, Jam Pro Sound. He goes, I miss Casey Kasem. Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars, man. I remember those days, man. Listen to that countdown on a Saturday when I was going to work, and Yeah. Let's see. Jam Pro Sound. He says, the bummer is for what I paid for the Series 10, I could have had an actual Strat. Oh, wow. Man. Dave Orkin said you had a gunslinger. Which one you referring to? I still got I don't know if you mean GTX. I don't know. I still got it. But the trim system is not that great. It's I can't remember the name. It's some no-name trim system, but I bought it because of that was like my third guitar, and I was like, I don't know what happened to it years ago, so I found it on Reverb and I bought it. Yeah, the snakeskin, yeah, the GTX, yeah, I still got it. It's funny playing those old guitars because it's like you play something now that you have, and after you've been playing for a long time, like these over here, these are a lot better quality guitars. But when you're starting off and you're young, you don't know any better. You don't know what's good and what's bad. You have no idea. You know, and after you get some time under your belt, I go back to these old ones and I'm like, oh man, those a good setup always does good, but some guitars just can't be helped. They're just cheap. But it's still a sentimental thing. And it takes me back to that time when I was a lot younger, you know. Ted Fair says, I always wanted a Les Paul in the 80s, but they were so stinking expensive, around $800 and $900. Wow. In the 80s, man, I didn't look at those guitars back then. I was, let's see, 86, I got my first guitar, Christmas Eve. All I kept thinking about was Van Halen. And, that BC Rich, my second guitar, it had what was the trim system on that? It sucked. It was it a Kaler? I mean, it's so weird. I still have that guitar. I could tell a story about that guitar. My son went through a lot to get me that guitar back in my hands, in my possession. My son, when I was in my first marriage, I was married to his mom. And I still had that BC Rich. I had that guitar from when I was like 17 or 18. Had it all the way up until my first marriage. And when I got out of that marriage, I left that guitar behind. And my son had it, but I think he sold it. And somehow or another, I don't know how he did it, but he tracked it down. He bought it from whoever had it. He had all new electronics put in it. And he gave it to me for Christmas about 4 years ago. He brought the case in here and set it on the floor. And he said, hey, can you come back here a minute? And he had the case open. And when I saw the headstock, I knew it right away. And it was really cool, man, that he went through all that to get me that second guitar back in my possession. I played my high school talent show with that BC Rich, man. But you can't use the trim on it because it doesn't have a cavity cut out in the back. The springs were actually underneath the trim. There's this little small cavity cut out, and the springs were like this big, so that trim wasn't worth nothing. So if you just play it, don't use the bar, it does fine. But that guitar is super heavy. I didn't realize how heavy that thing was until I played it a few years ago, but that was super sweet of him to do that. He went through a lot to get that. Yeah, true story, man. Yeah, it was, my son went through all that too. How he tracked it down is what blew my mind. And he put a lot of money into bringing that guitar back to life. He painted it, but he just spray painted it, which I didn't care because the original paint job was destroyed. So he just spray painted it red, and that didn't bother me. I didn't care. I was just glad to have it back. Dave Workin, was it a Class Axe bridge? Man, I do not know. I don't know. I want to say it was a Kaler trim on that old BC Rich, and it's they were not good. Brother Ted Fair, he says that his second guitar was a Fender HM Strat shred guitar with the Kaler tremolo. Yeah, I don't know, that my experience with Kalers was horrible. I don't know what about anybody else, but mine was horrible. Rod says my Kaler on my Charvel was awesome. Yeah, yeah, the one on that BC Rich was bad. Was bad, man. I was like, damn. But Jam Pro Sound said that was a great story. Thank you, man. Yeah. My son will be. My stepdaughter, she's 35 already. My son will be 35 in July. Hard to believe, man. Hard to believe that much time has went by. Crazy. But yeah, I played my high school talent show with that BC Rich. So there's a lot of sentimental things to that, man. I wonder how many people still have stuff like that when they were a teenager. I'm sure some people do, but when it comes to guitars, man, that's a whole different beast altogether. It's pretty amazing, if you ask me, that somebody that still has a guitar from that many years ago. And I was watching, I don't know, I think it was toward the end of last week, I was watching some old episodes of that Antique Roadshow. Y'all remember that? And it was mainly just, it was on YouTube. It was mainly just guitar stuff. And every time they would show an old Martin or an old acoustic, I'd fast forward because I don't get into acoustics. But then they get into Strats, and I think those Antique Roadshows, those episodes were like in the 90s. You could just tell by the way people were dressed. I said, that's in the damn 90s there, mid to late 90s, I guess. And what they were offering, and it shows what it'd be worth today. I was like, damn, some of those Strats went for a lot of money. A lot of money. Ted chimes in. He says that my third guitar was an Ovation Elite acoustic with a round composite body. Is that the rounded back? Like that? I used to see Ann and Nancy Wilson rock those. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that is what that is. Okay. I had one of those too, man, because when I would see, who was it I saw? And it made me think of that. I think it was Richie Sambora during the Bon Jovi craze when he was doing Wanted Dead or Alive on that double neck acoustic or whatever. And I think it had the rounded back, and I remember going to the music store. This is before Guitar Center was even around. And I went to the acoustic room and I found it wasn't called Ovation at the top, it was called Celebrity. But it was made by Ovation, and it would say that on the headstock. It'd say Celebrity, and then underneath in small letters, it'd say Made by Ovation. Because I couldn't afford a full-fledged Ovation. They were high. So I played this Celebrity, and it has like a gray paint job, and it kind of went out into a blue, and then black on the very edge, and it was pretty cool. And I think my son found one of those on Reverb and sent me the link just as a joke. And I was like, damn. And that guitar was okay, man. It wasn't nothing to jump up and down about. But at the time, I didn't know. The only acoustic I have now is the one my wife got me. It's a Dean, a thin body acoustic. I can't stand a regular acoustic with a thick body on it, and you're like this, And it's they sound great, but to me, that's so uncomfortable. But I still have that Dean slim body acoustic. She got me years and years ago. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. I haven't played it in years. I need to get it out and play it and clean it up. It's a nice little guitar. I'm just not a big acoustic player, man. Jam Pro Sound. He says, my second was an Ibanez. Oh, it's a lefty, and it's in the case in the other room after 36 years of drying out and settling. That cheap thing sounds fabulous now. That's awesome, man. So you're a left-handed player. Okay. That's cool, man. So was Hendrix. Yeah. Let's see. Jam Pro Sound comments again. He goes, my third was an Ibanez bass, which I sold it. Oh, it wasn't that good, was it? But I don't regret not having it. Yeah, that's like I said, some guitars you have in your early years, man, when you're young. Well, for me, I speak for myself. I can't speak for nobody else, but, you know, I didn't know at the time if it was good or not. And then, like I said, when you get some experience under your belt, you start to see, man, this, and then when you learn how to do a setup, that was a big thing for me. That was a big turning moment in my life when I learned how to do setups. And that was about what? I don't know, man, 8 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I started learning how to do setups and learn how to set up Floyd Rose, you know, trim systems or whatever. You know, Floyd Rose style trims. I have to be sure to put that out there because some of the diehards, they freak out. And Godo trims, Floyd Roses, you know. For me personally, if I upgrade a Floyd Rose Special, I'm going to put a Godo 1996T on it. And that's a great upgrade for a cheap Floyd. I've done it many times. I've done it many times on this channel. There's videos on the channel that show you how to do it. Or I show you how I do it. You know. And it works. And yeah, I love it, man. I love tinkering around with stuff like that. I've never been the most I do, man, I can upgrade a couple of things here and there, get it set up nice, have some I like my action to be low but not too low. I like to do this. I like to be able to take, because I play 1 millimeter picks, right? And then when I get my strings, like the action, which is the height from the string from the fretboard, and I like to be able to slide this pick on the 12th fret and it be able to slide through just barely. That's how I do my action. And that's how high I like it. And that's just me. That's a trick I saw a guy do a long time ago, and I said, damn, that's a good idea. You know. All right, let's see. Chat's still moving here. About to say James. Jam Pro Sound. My collection does not in any way reflect my playing skills somehow. I don't really care, though. Oh, no, man. No, your collection is what you want, you know. No, man. It's a different day, different era. When I first started, you know, the guitars for sale it was a lot different back then in the mid 80s. It was different. And now there's a lot of different companies out there, a lot of different competition, which I think is fabulous. I mean, I got behind that Blue Schecter is a Guitar Max. I like to watch his channel from time to time. It's his, I know you can't see it, but it's his signature model. And it's from Harley Benton. And that was my first Harley Benton I ever had. And it plays great. It's got a Floyd Rose 1000 on it. Got jumbo frets. I mean, it's a fantastic guitar, and it was for $500. I thought it was great. Rod chimes in. He says, I had an Ovation acoustic I gave to a coworker. I never played it. Yeah. I mean, it's it's all in what you like, man. You know, I just never was a big acoustic player. Let's see. Let me fix this here. Dave Orkin chimes in. He says that now that I have built my first Floyd Rose 1000, I'm going to build a second. There you go, man. Yeah. Yeah. And Brother Dave, he's got him an SBS model, which stands for Steve Brown Sound. And those guitars are amazing. I got one of those sitting behind the Eddie Van Halen guitar there. And it's like a dark purple. It's you can get those from a site called Guitar Fetish. And they have a section that says SBS guitars. And Steve Brown is the guitarist of Trickster. And yeah, man, those guitars are great. I did upgrade the Floyd on it, but that was just what I wanted to do. I think the Floyd that comes with it doesn't really, in my opinion, it just didn't really stand up to what I wanted. But hey, that's just me. Jam Pro Sound, he says that the choices for lefty guitar lefties has improved a lot over the years. I can imagine, yeah, that is kind of a rare thing, isn't it? I've never seen too many left-handed guitars, but that's good, man. I'm glad that's good, man, because there's a bunch of them out there. You just don't have a bunch of left-handed players, that is. But yeah, like I said, things are a lot different now. So when I got sidetracked. So when I first started, I got my first guitar, which is a Memphis, and I told you, in that amp. And I had that for a few years. And when you fast forward to nowadays, a lot of young people, they have a very expensive guitar and a very expensive amp or modeler, and they don't really know how to play anything. And that always baffled me, because I was like, well, don't you want to learn how to play first and see if you're going to stick with it and then progress to some better equipment? But it's backwards nowadays. That's what I've noticed over the years. I've noticed that. And that always, and like I said, that made me kind of go, do what now? Because that wasn't how it was when I was young. But then again, I'm looked at as an old man now. I just turned 55 last Saturday, so that's fine. But I don't mean this as a dig at nothing, but there's a lot of channels on YouTube. I saw this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and I was looking for different guitar channels because I was still trying to do this channel. So I was trying to look around and see what would be kind of cool to watch. And you come across channels that God have all these guitars, man, all these Les Pauls and all these half stacks behind them. And I was like, oh wow, man, let me check this out. And then he would go to play, and it was a train wreck. And I was like, okay, am I missing something here? You know, I was like, I think he's got it backwards, man. I mean, that was just, that's just what I noticed. And I never could put my finger on it. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Let's see. Jam Pro Sound said it used to be we could have anything as long as we liked black. Yeah. Well, I love black. Yeah, I just as far as guitars and all, but when I played the other night live on here, I played that Jackson, that neon pink Jackson, and that reminded me. That screams 80s, man. I love that guitar. That guitar was $5.99, brand new. Really cool. And it's fun to play. And let's see. Ron says, I barely play my guitars, but keep buying pedals and such. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Billy Shelton. Oops. It jumped on me. Billy Shelton, hey man. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Bloody Soup. Have you ever watched Dave Simpson from the UK? Yes, he's incredible. Yeah, that guy. Whew. Yeah, he's an amazing player. Amazing player. Yeah, he's awesome. Billy said, I'm just chiming in. Oh, well, that's cool, man. Thank you for taking the time to jump in and say hello. I hope you're doing good, man, this evening. Hope you're doing all right. But yeah, Bloody Soup. Yeah, man, I've seen his channel. There's, I'll be honest. I used to be subbed to a lot of different guitar channels years ago, and I left all those. And I'll tell you why. Now, this is just my opinion. I would see these channels grow, and they would get huge, and which is great. But then I would see, it was like, just to be honest with you, it's like the YouTube creator's head was getting big, and their demeanor kind of changed, and you know, it just, I was like, no, man, I can't support this channel anymore. And it was just and they're all begging for money and this and that, and so there's a bunch of wannabes out there, and there's a bunch of legit channels, but yeah, the egos would inflate like crazy, and I could name drop. I could drop names. It wouldn't do me any good to do that. But it's some big channels I came across years ago. It's probably about 10 or 12 years ago. And it was the first 3 guitar channels I'd ever seen on YouTube. And what the hell, it don't matter. The first one was Andertons. When I came across Andertons, I was like, oh, cool. And started watching that. The second one was, he used to go by the name of Pixie Licks, and now he's, I think, Steve from Boston. And then the third one was, what's that guy? What is that guy's name? The Tone King. Yeah, those were the first 3 that I came across all those years ago. And so I subbed to him. And there's a bunch more. I'm just telling you, these were the first 3. And there was a bunch more later. So I was subbed for a while, and then I just started to see a change in those channels, man, with their egos and stuff. And I was like, whew. So I left. And then eventually I left all the guitar stuff in the community altogether. And, you know, some people have charisma, some people don't. Some people don't know how to run a live stream. Some people don't know how to do test runs where they can have their stuff coming across loud and clear, which I can't say nothing. I had a horrible first stream tonight. I just got to go back and do some more research and find out what's causing that. I know it's something simple. I just got to figure out what it is. Bloody Soup chimes in. He says, there's some great players out there, but some are in it just for the money. Well, of course, yeah. Yeah, and you know, you can tell, man, when you're watching some of these big channels, you can tell who's legit and, you know, and who's not. And a lot of the channels that, in my opinion, that aren't legit, they'll get on YouTube and they'll talk and they got all this stuff behind them, but they never play anything. They just have all this for show, like it's a front. And I'm like, after a while, I'm like, dude, I'm tired of hearing you talk. Can you play something? I love to watch somebody play. And some of them are incredible. And some of them, I'm like, dude, what? You don't even have a channel, man. You don't need to do that. So they're just, you know, they're trying to, you know, make money, and more power to them. But it's just some of the things I've seen over the years, and it's made me kind of go, yeah, man, I don't know about that. And, you know, just my 2 cents. That's all. Rod chimes in. He says that I like your channel. It's simple and organic. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, man. We just get on here, man, and have fun and talk about whatever. You know, it's like I said, you know, I let the chat, you know, for the most part is in charge, you know. I just, you know, I love to converse with the chat. I think that's a hugely important thing that a lot of channels are missing. And one of those channels that I mentioned, those big three, there's a truck going by, sorry. One of those, I won't say who, one of those, when I would tune into his live years ago, he would have the chat going and he would read their comment, but he wouldn't showcase it and he wouldn't say the person's name. And I was like, can you not give the guy a shout out, bro? I mean, he's taking the time to tune into your, and the guy had a crap ton of people in his live chat. I mean, he had like 800 something people. So I can't say nothing, but it's just something I noticed. I'm like, man, if you take the time to let that person know that you appreciate them being there, I mean, to me, that goes a long way. If somebody takes a minute and tells me, thank you, man, appreciate it, that's going to make me come back, because it's just, kindness goes a long way. And a lot of these guys don't show that. Their egos are inflated and they think, well, these people are supposed to be here. I'm like, no, dude, no, they don't. If nobody showed up, you'd be screwed. You had to go get a real job. But that's just how I feel. Just how I feel. Okay, y'all. We're getting to the 2-hour mark, and I know people have to go to bed and get up for work and do things. And I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me on this second stream. And I'm going to try to sit in here and try to figure out why I'm getting, why when I have that second camera on, how come I don't have any audio, or it had a echo. That's something that's got me very concerned, because I need to figure it out. PTL Fabrication. Hey, man, how are you? Let me read a couple of these before I chime out of here. Let's see. What type of mics do you use for streaming? We use Shure for recording, wondering if they work well for streaming. Yes, sir. I'm using a Shure mic right here. That's what I'm using. They're perfect for streaming. Yeah. This is the more, what I call the more affordable model. They have one that's a little bit bigger than this, and it takes like the bigger models take, what's it called? Like the air just kicked on. Sorry. See, these mics are good. Picks up the AC, the AC unit right outside. But the bigger ones have like I don't know, some kind of boost thing, a cloud boost or something. Whatever. But this one don't. This one's just straight. You just plug it in. And I think this one run me about $130, $120, and I love it. It's great. But Shure mics are fantastic for podcasting. Yes, absolutely. For streaming, I should say. And I guess it's all the same. And Bloody Soup, thank you, man. Thank you very much. And thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. That was really nice. Appreciate that. Let's see. Large Car Lifestyle. Slick Rick. Be safe out there, brother. Be safe. Yes, thank you. Jam Pro Sound Cloud Lifter. Yes. I knew I had the word cloud in there somewhere. I just couldn't remember. Thank you. This one doesn't have that. This is just a regular mic. I don't want to spend extra money on a cloud lifter and all that. Ron says, good show, Joe. Thanks. I was surprised to see you again tonight. Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of this week. I want to go live every night. So hopefully I'll be live again tomorrow. I can't guarantee that because I don't know how things are going to go tomorrow, but we'll see. Hopefully everything will be fine. So with that being said, we are going to get ready to get out of here. And thank y'all so much. Again, I really appreciate you being here. And if you missed the interview with Leo Metal Guy last night, feel free to go back and check that out. And until next time, take care. God bless. Be kind to each other. Keep playing guitar. See you later. Bye-bye.